Maka-Hannya-Haramitsu, Mahaprajna Paramita by Eihei Dogen. From Shobogenzo, the treasury of the true Dharma Eye. When Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara practices the profound Prajna Paramita, the whole body reflects that the five aggregates are totally empty. The five aggregates, or skandhas, are matter, feeling, thinking, inaction, and consciousness. There are five instances of prajna. Reflection itself is prajna. When this principle is preached and realized, it is said that matter is just the immaterial, and the immaterial is just matter. Matter is matter. The immaterial is the immaterial. There are hundreds of things and myriad phenomena. 12 instances of prajna paramita are the 12 entrances of sense perception. There are also 18 instances of prajna. They are eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. Sights, sounds, smells, tastes, sensations, and properties, plus the consciousness of eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, and mind. There are a further 4 instances of prajna. They are suffering, accumulation, cessation, and the way. There are a further 6 instances of prajna. They are giving, pure observance of precepts, patience, diligence, meditation, and prajna itself. One further instance of prajna paramita is realized as the present moment. It is the state of anuttara samyak sambodhi. There are 3 further instances of prajna paramita. They are past, present, and future. There are 6 further instances of prajna. They are earth, water, fire, wind, space, and consciousness. And there are a further 4 instances of prajna that are constantly practiced in everyday life. They are walking, standing, sitting, and lying down. In the order of Shakyamuni Tathagata, there is a bhikkhu who secretly thinks, quote, I shall bow in veneration of the profound prajna paramita. Although in this state there is no appearance and disappearance of real dharmas, there are still understandable explanations of all precepts, all balanced states, all kinds of wisdom, all kinds of liberation, and all views. There are also understandable explanations of the effect of one who has entered the stream, the effect of being subject to one return, the effect of not being subject to returning, and the effect of the arhat. There are also understandable explanations of people of independent awakening and people of Bodhi. There are also understandable explanations of the supreme right and balanced state of Bodhi. There are also understandable explanations of the treasures of Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. There are also understandable explanations of turning the wonderful Dharma wheel to save sentient beings. End quote. The Buddha, knowing the bhikkhu's mind, tells him, quote, "This is how it is. This is how it is. The profound prajna paramita is too subtle and fine to fathom." End quote. The bhikkhu's secretly working concrete mind, at this moment, is in the state of bowing in veneration of real dharmas, prajna itself. Whether or not real dharmas are without appearance and disappearance, and this is a venerative bow itself. Just at this moment of bowing in veneration, prajna is realized as explanations which can be understood. Explanations from precepts, balance, and wisdom, to saving sentient beings, and so on. This state is described as being without. Explanations of the state of being without can thus be understood. Such is the profound, subtle, unfathomable prajna paramita. The god Indra asked the venerable monk Subhuti, "Virtuous one, when bodhisattva mahasattvas want to research the profound prajna paramita, how should they research it?" Subhuti replies, "Corsica, when bodhisattva mahasattvas want to research the profound prajna paramita, they should research it as space." So researching prajna is space itself. Space is the research of prajna. The god Indra subsequently addresses the Buddha, "World-honored one, when good sons and good daughters receive and retain, read and recite, think reasonably about, and expound to others this profound prajna paramita that you have preached, how should I guard it? My only desire, world-honored one, is that you will show me compassion and teach me." Then the venerable monk Subhuti says to the god Indra, "Corsica, do you see something which you must guard or not?" The god Indra says, "No, virtuous one, I do not see anything here that I must guard." Subhuti says, "Corsica, when good sons and good daughters abide in the profound prajna paramita, as thus preached, they are just guarding it. When good sons and good daughters abide in the profound prajna paramita, as thus preached, they never stray." Remember, even if all human and non-human beings were looking for an opportunity to harm them, in the end it will be impossible. Corsica, if you want to guard the bodhisattvas who abide in the profound prajna paramita, as thus preached, it is no different from wanting to guard space. Remember, to receive and retain, to read and recite, and to think reasonably about prajna are just to guard prajna, and to want to guard it is to receive and retain it, to read and recite it, and so on. My late master, the eternal Buddha, says, whole body like a mouth, hanging in space, not asking if the wind is east, west, south or north. For all others equally, it chatters prajna. Chin ten ton, Ryan chin ten tom. This is the chattering of prajna, transmitted by Buddhist patriarchs from rightful successor to rightful successor. It is prajna as the whole body. It is prajna as the whole of others. It is prajna as the whole self. And it is prajna as the whole east, west, south, and north. Shakyamuni Buddha says, Shariputra, these many sentient beings should abide in this prajna paramita as Buddhas. When they serve offerings to, bow in veneration of, and consider the prajna paramita, they should be as if serving offerings to, and bowing in veneration of the Buddha Bhagavats. Why? Because the prajna paramita is no different from the Buddha Bhagavats, and the Buddha Bhagavats are no different from the prajna paramita. The prajna paramita is just the Buddha Bhagavats themselves, and the Buddha Bhagavats are just the prajna paramita itself. Wherefore? Because, Shariputra, the apt, right, and balanced state of truth, which all the Tathagatas have, is always realized by virtue of the prajna paramita. Because, Shariputra, all bodhisattva mahasattvas, the independently awakened arhats, those beyond returning, those who will return once, those received into the stream, and so on, always attain realization by virtue of the prajna paramita. And because, Shariputra, all of the 10 virtuous paths of action in the world, the 4 states of meditation, the 4 immaterial balance states, and the 5 mystical powers are always realized by virtue of the prajna paramita. So, Buddha Bhagavats are the prajna paramita, and the prajna paramita is these real dharmas. These real dharmas are bare manifestations. They are neither appearing nor disappearing, neither dirty nor pure, neither increasing nor decreasing. The realization of this prajna paramita is the realization of Buddha Bhagavats. We should inquire into it, and we should experience it. To serve offerings to it, and to bow in veneration, is just to serve and to attend Buddha Bhagavats. And it is Buddha Bhagavats in service and attendance. Preach to the assembly at Kannon Dori Inn Temple on a day of the summer retreat, in the first year of Tenpuku. The Heart Sutra of Maha-Prajna-Paramita. Bodhisattva Avalokiteshvara, when practicing the profound Prajna-Paramita, reflects that the five aggregates are totally empty and overcomes all pain and wrongdoing. Shariputra, matter is no different from the immaterial, and the immaterial is no different from matter. Matter is just the immaterial, and the immaterial is just matter. Feeling, thinking, inaction, and consciousness are also like this. Shariputra, these real dharmas are bare manifestations. They are neither appearing nor disappearing, neither dirty nor pure, neither increasing nor decreasing. Therefore, in the state of emptiness, there is no matter, no feeling, thinking, inaction, or consciousness. There are no eyes, ears, nose, tongue, body, mind. No sights, sounds, smells, tastes, sensations, properties. There is no sphere of eyes, nor any other elementary sphere. There is no sphere of mind consciousness. There is no ignorance, and no ending of ignorance, nor any other causal process. There is no aging and death, and no ending of aging and death. There is no suffering, accumulation, cessation, or way. There is no wisdom and no attaining, because the state is non-attainment. Bodhisattvas rely on Prajna-Paramita, and therefore their minds have no hindrance. They have no hindrance, and therefore they are without fear. They leave all confused dream images far behind and realize the ultimate state of nirvana. The Buddhas of the three times rely upon Prajna-Paramita, and therefore they attain Anuttara Samyak Sambodhi. So remember, Prajna-Paramita is a great and mystical spell. It is a great and luminous spell. It is the supreme spell. It is a spell in the unequaled state of equilibrium. It can clear away all suffering. It is real, not empty. Therefore, we invoke the spell of Prajna-Paramita. We invoke the spell as follows. Gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhi svaha.